This video is to show you about fire safety and specifically to the carpentry shop in the cast building. So I'm standing next to a fire extinguisher. In our OH&S course, we're going to talk about the proper use and how to properly inspect a fire extinguisher. I won't get into that at this point, but this fire extinguisher I'm touching is located next to the front doors and next to the instructor's office in the carpentry shop. This, of course, is used for anybody that feels we need to. There are more fire extinguishers. There's two exits. There's one right behind me that goes out onto Kent Street. There's another one that's behind the camera as we face, and that one goes out to Kent Street near Glendenning Hall. Just outside of those doors you just saw, there's another fire extinguisher in that vestibule as well. We have an emergency button to push here. This is for lockdown and any emergency. If this button is pushed, automatically the SWAT team and fire department show up without you asking. So we want to make sure that it's absolutely an emergency. If you feel there is even a hint of an emergency, never hesitate to push this button, but absolutely don't mess with it as a joke. It's a felony to push this if you do that. Because it's a very sensitive button, we have it in a Lexan box. We don't want to bump it by accident. It's easy to access. You just flip that metal toggle, lift the door open, and the button resides there. If you have time to answer and you feel safe to stay here for if there's a fire or a lockdown, you're welcome to stay here. Through this speaker, someone at the other end on 911 will ask you questions. Where are you? What's going on? So forth. If the fire's out of control or there's a genuine lockdown experience, you want to get yourself and all your co-workers out of here immediately. Don't bother to answer any questions. You can just leave. They're going to come anyway. I'll just take you out in the hall and show you a couple other things with regard to fire safety. So here we are in the front hall of the carpentry shop in the basement of the cast building. You can see to my left is another fire extinguisher. This too is put in a Lexan box to keep it from being bumped or disturbed. Just pull that toggle with your finger, open up the door, and it's fully accessible just like the one in the shop. So the cover here isn't locked. It's not it's just to prevent anybody from accidentally bumping it. Directly behind me, you'll see that there's a fire emergency pull switch. So that'll be activated immediately. What we suggest, it's strategically placed by the exit. If you sense that there's a fire, immediately exit all of your co-workers and yourself, and on the way out, pull that fire extinguisher. This too, don't ever hesitate to pull it if you're at all concerned about a fire, but playing with it for a joke is a felony, so please don't do that as well. And right up those stairs is the exit that goes to Kent Street, and that's perfect. That points to Monty Hall, so across Kent Street is Montgomery Hall, and that's our muster point. So if there's ever, for whatever reason, we need to evacuate this building, we all want to make sure that we're present and properly evacuated. We're going to gather at the front door of Montgomery Hall, which is directly across the street.